The Pittsburgh Steelers have just signed one of the most underrated safeties in the entire NFL. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers have agreed to a 2-year contract with strong safety DeShon Elliot. And this comes after the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've released Kwon Alexander, and Montekezi's future with the team is also up in the air. Right now he's under contract, but who knows what his future holds. And the Pittsburgh Steelers were in the strong safety market to pair someone next to Minkah Fitzpatrick. And now they go out and sign DeShon Elliott. Many people were on the Justin Simmons train, thinking the Pittsburgh Steelers had a chance to sign him. They were in the mix. He's still available. But as of right now, they go with DeShon Elliott on a 2-year, $6 million contract. So, here's the official introduction to who DeShon Elliott is and who the Pittsburgh Steelers are exactly getting. So, DeShon Elliott, he will turn 27 years old next month, and he spent the 2023 season with the Miami Dolphins, and over there, he started in 15 games for them, recording 82 tackles and 7 pass breakups, and also he added an interception. His pick came off of Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen on a 4th down heave. So, DeShon Elliott, he's also a player who broke Patrick Mahomes' helmet in the Wildcard game. If you remember that little chip in Patrick Mahomes' helmet, that was because of DeShon Elliott. But DeShon Elliott, throughout his career and throughout his stint with the Miami Dolphins, he's just been an underrated player. And you know how I mentioned Justin Simmons at the beginning of the video, many fans wanting him? If you compare the numbers between Justin Simmons and DeShon Elliott from last season, DeShon Elliott's numbers are actually way better, other than the interception category. But other than that, DeShon Elliott's numbers are better. Obviously, Justin Simmons, he's more of a popular name, but DeShon Elliott is an underrated player. So, DeShon Elliott, he's a former 6th-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens in the 2018 NFL Draft out of Texas. Elliott spent his first 4 years in Baltimore and missing his rookie season due to a broken arm. He then spent the 2022 season with the Detroit Lions before signing with the Miami Dolphins before last season in 2023. For his career, DeShon Elliott has appeared in 57 games and he has started 50 of them. And he has recorded 287 tackles with 3 interceptions. He is a big, kind of sturdy safety, which he stands at 6'1" and 210 pounds. So he profiles as a strong safety, not a free safety like all the other players the Steelers have been getting, usually at the safety position. They're actually getting a strong safety, someone who per Pro Football Focus charts in at 236 snaps in the box a season ago, with another 97 of them being in the slot. And in 2022, with the Detroit Lions, he had nearly as many box snaps, 279, as he did free safety reps, 364. So they're getting a player who could do both, be a free safety, but is more strictly a strong safety in terms of his play style. Due to an injury and suspension, Pittsburgh Steelers had a revolving door at the safety position last season. They lost their strong safety, obviously Terrell Edmunds, in free agency to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then he ended up going to the Tennessee Titans in a trade later, but they lost him in free agency. And the Steelers didn't give him a contract. But the Steelers, last year, they also signed Kwon Alexander. They have Montekezi's kind of splitting time as well at the safety position. But injuries happen, suspensions happen, and the Pittsburgh Steelers safety position was a revolving door. Minkah Fitzpatrick went down with injury for what feels as though basically the whole season, even though it wasn't. But he missed many games. Kwon Alexander went down with injury as well, missed what feels as though was the whole season, at least the entire second half of the season. Montekezi's went down with injury and was also suspended for some time. So the Steelers safety position really needed to be redone, and I guess it starts with DeShon Elliott and this signing. So just looking at his contract, he only signs for $6 million, which is kind of averages out to $3 million per year. Obviously, in terms of cap space and cap wise, it's not going to be exactly $3 million per year. It's going to be spread out differently in terms of the cap hit, but that's basically what it averages. So getting him on a short contract like this, if he is the starter at strong safety, they get a solid guy. But even if he is a backup and someone who plays as a third safety role, it's still such a low contract, $3 million per year, that it's not a big cap hit. Going back to some more information on Elliott, looking at him when he came out of college, just his statistics at the NFL Scouting Combine, he ran a 4.58 yard, 40-yard dash time, and 36-inch vertical with a 10-foot 1 broad jump. So he's very athletic and he's kind of fast for his size and for his position as well. This signing of DeShon Elliott is already now the second signing the Pittsburgh Steelers have done from a former Baltimore Raven. And also, when you look at other players that they're involved in, they're also involved in either the Tyler Boyd sweepstakes, and he's a division opponent as well with the Cincinnati Bengals. So it seems as though this free agency, there's a lot of players within the division that the Pittsburgh Steelers are targeting or have already signed in free agency. And I guess that's because, if you think about it, Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, the most focus they put in is against scouting within the division. So when you're facing these guys so many times per year, when you're scouting them a lot, you're drafting guys to go up against these people, that when they actually become free agents and you get your hands on them because you did so much scouting about them, maybe it's a better fit than you realize. And then that's what I guess the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing right now in terms of getting a former or people within the division. Just looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers free agents that they have signed so far, they haven't really signed that many. And even the trade that they did, they really haven't addressed that many needs on the roster. There's still a lot more needs on this team that the Pittsburgh Steelers still need to address. For example, they still need to address the cornerback position. As of right now, they really only have 2. They still need to address the wide receiver position, inside defensive line. They still need to address the strong safety position. I still believe there's another strong safety out there the Pittsburgh Steelers could sign in terms of depth. There's still inside linebacker they could address in terms of depth. And there's other positions as well. And just like I said, DeShon Elliott, his numbers were kind of better than Justin Simmons. I still believe there is a chance Justin Simmons can be in the mix for the Pittsburgh Steelers as another strong safety they should sign or could sign, because there's some reports going out there that there's really 3 teams that were interested in Justin Simmons. The 3 teams being reported were the Tennessee Titans, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those were the 3 teams that reported to be interested in Justin Simmons. And when you look at it, the Titans signed Calvin Ridley to a huge contract, so they spent a lot of money in free agency. You look at the Eagles, they really haven't been in the mix too much. They reported to be interested in, but they weren't reported as being in the mix in total. But Justin Simmons, Pittsburgh Steelers, that could still be a link there in terms of a match. Because when you look at the trade deadline a few years ago, or whenever it's a trade deadline, or free agency, the person that's always linked to Justin Simmons, the team that's always linked, has always been the Steelers in terms of the trade market at the NFL trade deadline. Whenever you look at reports, it's always the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in Justin Simmons. So even though this deal gets done first with DeShon Elliott, there's still a way Justin Simmons can be with the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of a contract wise. And if that happens, maybe expect DeMonte KZ to get released. But who knows? DeMonte KZ has, ever since he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's been in and out of the lineup with injury, suspension, things like that. He has been a solid playmaker when he's actually on the field, but Justin Simmons could still be in play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But expect way more signings to be done. I would have actually expected more signings to be done as of this day in free agency, but since there hasn't been that many, expect more in the coming days. And with that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about the signing with DeShon Elliott being one of the more underrated safeties in the NFL today. And also, make sure you turn on notifications for this channel as well, so you could get notified whenever all these signings happens, if they make trades, whenever the trades happen, or just in general with Pittsburgh Steelers news. This is an important time, and new players are coming in, new and old players are coming out. And if you want to stay updated with everything revolving the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is a spot for it. So make sure you turn notifications, click that bell down below, and until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.